Hi everyone and welcome back to Sandling Junction. This is my March update, so please join me now while I explain to you what's been going on in the garage and the new build for the last month. Welcome back everyone. As I said at the intro that this is my March update for Sandling Junction and the ongoing building of said Sandling Junction and the new layout. So before I go any further, I just wanted to say a very special thank you to somebody, and that is Charlie from Chadwick. Chadwick Model Rail. Now Charlie didn't know me from Adam a year ago, and I had a burning problem with one of my videos, and I contacted him out of the blue, and he very kindly took some information and got back to me with the result and the answer. And thanks for that, because I've never looked back, as he says in his latest video. But also I wanted to thank him very much for the extremely nice shout out that he gave me in that video during the course of. He asked all his subscribers to take a look at my channel, my work, and if they felt so inclined to subscribe to it. And over 140 so far have done, Charlie, and that is immensely fantastic, and I thank you so much for your kindness and taking the trouble to do that shout out. And all I need now is the other 10,000 of your subscribers to subscribe to me, and I'll be laughing. But thanks again. And on that note also, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who took the trouble to make comments and ideas, suggestions, recommendations on my last little video. If you remember, those who saw it, it's all about do I use or do I not use curved points on my new layout. And it was a dilemma for me because I'd heard conflicting stories, but overwhelmingly everybody come down pretty much on using them without a problem, especially code 75, that they are easier to use or kinder to use than maybe set track versions. So to that end, everybody, you'll see further into this video that I have indeed embraced that, and I will be using curve points in the fiddle yard, certainly in the fiddle yard. Probably nowhere else, but certainly in the fiddle yard. Also to one other person who made a comment about using 3-ways in there to gain an extra bit of room. Indeed, I forget who you were, but thank you very much anyway. I have embraced that too, and 2 3-ways will be up one end of my fiddle yard and will be used. So I don't want to go on too much more other than saying that you'll see the progress. I hope that you'll find it of interest, and I hope that if you have any comments to make on this video, indeed any of my other videos, but certainly on this one, if you'd like to place a like, if you please comment on it. I'll answer every comment that I get, and I find them so useful. Most people are so kind with their thoughts and recommendations and ideas, so that's great. So please comment, and above all, please subscribe. And I will just add that I can't imagine that for a minute that any of my subscribers aren't already subscribers of Charlie from Chadwick, or indeed Paul from Galgorm Hall. If any of you don't subscribe to those channels, you are missing a trick. You need to get over there pronto and subscribe to both of those guys, because the content on their channels is amazing, it's informative, it's friendly, and you'll learn a heap. So yeah, I've learned so much from them, and again I keep shouting out to Paul, and I won't stop, because the man has been instrumental in being very kind to me and showing me so much, and stopping me making errors, and I suppose keeping me on the straight track, if you excuse the pun. So thanks again, Paul. Thanks again, Charlie. And yeah, without further ado, I'm going to hand back to myself and show you what's been going on in the garage on Sandling Junction and the new build for the last few weeks. Hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe at the end. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you all in April with the next update, or with something else beforehand if I get a chance. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Okay, what I'm doing today is I want to make my new layout at Sandling Junction a code 75 track.
So anyway, I've taken this new point. I've taken out the two sections here that require removal, the two pieces of metal, and I have soldered in across this section here the to power up the center through there. So I think I've done it right. It's the first one I've ever done. I am just going to sit it on this board. This is not one of my main boards. This is just a board that actually got made, glued down, and was wrong, so I couldn't actually use it. So it's now got a secondary use, albeit not the best one, but I might do a little diorama type thing on here one day. You never know. But I am just going to mark where those droppers can go through. I'm going to put two holes through here, put those droppers in there. I will, because I'm going to put this section on here, I will put insulating point on connectors on there, and I will put a dropper each end. I shouldn't really need one this end, but I will anyway. And I will connect them up with a little mini bus underneath, so that I can either power this DC or DCC while I test all my locos. So come back in a minute. I'll have done these, put this together, got it ready, and I'll have the bus wire coming off here somewhere at the end. Okay, I'm going to make another pair of holes. And I'm going to put those droppers in there. I think this is the last section. And like a lot of people are suggesting, and I think it's a cracking idea, of putting the droppers on the track before you actually set the track in place, so that you can put it on the bottom and there we go. That's it. So I'm just going to pin these down to hold them. In fact, I don't need to do this. I'm just going to pin these two. The track's pretty much obsolete, so I'm not too worried about that. I will just put a couple of pins each side just to hold the track in place and stop it moving. I don't think it's going to go very far, but we have got a good number of locos to test. Okay, so we are back, and you can see that I have completed the bus wire through here and the connections. So we've got the point and the two end sections. So everything's got a feed, so there's no reason why there shouldn't be a problem. The wiring is not particularly tidy, but you can at least see what's going on. Okay, right, I'm just testing this out with my newer Class 24, and it's got sound, which I like. Okay, if I can remember the code for this one, I think that's it. Yep. So I shall catch you all again very, very soon. It's goodbye from him. And for a moment it's goodbye from me. Let's give this one more go over. Found a bit of a dead spot there. I think the problem on this one is coming back over, and I don't know if it's there or there. Okay, if I'm going to have a problem, it's going to be with this fella. Now this is a very, very old Hornby 9F. I believe it dates from 1998, possibly 2000. I got it as a non-runner. Its running number is 92212. I managed to take the old Ringfield motor out of the tender and it's put a new one, well not a new one but another one that I had, I put in, and then I weathered it. I did attempt to put DCC into this, but it didn't respond to that very well. But let's just see what happens with this. It probably will get stuck as it hits contact with the frog, which pretty much everything I've tested today has done that. So let's see. This should hopefully go through, I don't know. Wow, look at that. That's just the frog. But no problems with that at all. Just getting caught up on the tender on the frog from there. Just cutting out the pickups. But it's certainly not having any issues with the points. So for me, I'm pretty sure that I don't have many issues to worry about by using code 75. Okay, let's try the Flying Scotsman. Perfect, look at that. And let's try the last one of these, this GWR Castle class. Cadbury Castle. Again out of a Hornby set. So what happens? Well, I expected that to die on there. But Okay folks, here we go. Just what I've been waiting for. All the stuff I need. Box full of cork, some spray adhesive, some grey paint, and what's even better is the first installment of all the track. Code 75, courtesy of Shaq. Thank you very much guys. Your order came through very next day. In fact, it almost beat me to work. So that's fantastic. So join me in a minute and I'm gonna open up these goodies and yeah, can't wait to get cracking. All the best for now. Catch you in a minute. Bye bye. So here we are. I'm ready to go. I have all my track. I have all my needs. Well, so far anyway, this is not all the track by any stretch of the imagination. It's probably just under 2/3. So I need an awful lot more points later on and a good deal more track. I think I worked out there's about 169, 170 links here. And I need, I think, about 235, 240. So I've got a long way to go, but this is going to take me forever to get this lot laid. I know that because I'm really not used to it. So it's going to be a steep learning curve once over. The last time I did this was over a small table and I used set track. So this is a whole new ball game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. This is great stuff and I'm so pleased that I've got to the point where I can order track. So watch this space. Join me on the next one, on my next update. There'll probably be a little bit more to do with this one before it's finished. Yeah, let's see. Onwards and upwards, they say. Take care. Thanks for watching so far. Bye bye. Okay, so what I've been doing tonight, a little bit mundane really, but I've just been filling all the holes in around all the baseboards. I've still got a couple of tables to go, but this all in readiness, ready for putting that on hopefully tomorrow night and start painting certainly the fixed tables, which is this one, and all the upper level tables. The lower ones are not going to be done yet. And here what I've also done is started to prep the cork. I've laid several sheets out under a board with considerable amount of weight on top, and with a bit of luck that will take some of the memory out of the roll as they come, and that'll make it easier, not only easier to lay but also to stop any lifting underweight and causing any air pockets. So with a bit of luck that's going to happen over the next couple of days and we can start moving forward over the weekend. Alright, that's enough for now. Catch you all soon. Bye bye. So moving on, there's been some significant changes. Primarily it's been that all the tables have been levelled and joined together and they've all been painted. So I'm really cock-a-hoop because to me levelling them was the problem in my head. I'm so glad that I'm over that. And my son Barnaby helped me for several hours. Between us we got these things levelled up, adjusted all the feet and got it all looking good. And then we joined all the tables together, making them firm and strong. And also what I've done is I have added
I come in a little closer. Sorry to be a bit jerky, but I've added corner sections on all corners bar one, where the section will be lifted higher than it currently is. So there was little point in putting one on there. But so I think what that does is it makes a nice easement into each of the straights and gives me more chance of putting smoother, longer radii curve in as we move on through. The only area that's not been done yet, and that is there, that section over there. Now that's where the lift out section is and the turnaround coming from Ashford Station down towards Sandling. So over here, this section, from the edge of the table to the door is about 12 inches. I can actually come any way this way I want to, really. Excuse about the dirty fingers. But I can come this way 12 or 24, whatever I want, and sweep it into the back into that board. And then I've got the lift out section itself, and the table it's going to is just here, and that will be really sort of Sandling Junction on here. There's a road bridge there that goes above the track, and actually there'll be one that side also, which would represent in a sense Western Hangar. Although it's not been built as a station, it does have another road bridge there after somewhere after Ashford. But the question I've got is, I think in my head that if I've only got two tracks running round, I only need to have a lift out section or a hinge section that will go up that way and lean against something that I've already got there ready, and then come down onto the fitment here. If I only need that to be enough to carry two tracks over. And I'm thinking that the more width I have a piece of board with edging and timber and support, the heavier it's going to be and the more chance over time it can go wrong. Now I'm following pretty much, I think, the way that others are done, Cheeky Tech, but also I think Graham Falston from Lakeside has done a great job with his lift out top, and I will be following both of those very carefully. But I still think that if I can keep the width of it quite shallow, then it's really just a small thing just to lift it up and move it out the way and put it back down again, and maybe one, possibly two clips to keep it in place. Like I said, you may have better ideas, but yes, I could make it wider and put more scenery on, for sure. I could make it non-scenic, for sure. But I think that if I make it too wide, it just adds more problems. I'll let you decide, and maybe you'll leave some comments for me on that matter. But moving on round, just very quickly, you can see the track is all set up over there, ready to start. In fact, I've already started. I'll turn around in a minute and show you. But you can see another one of those big sweeping corners. And the one that I have done is going around here, which will be coming round from Ashford, in a sense, towards Folkestone, and coming down here towards where the Bosch Buster will be living in its own tunnel on a third set of line, which will come in and out off of this main line here somewhere. This hasn't been done yet because, as I said, this will be going up in level to about halfway, because this will be sweeping round into what will be Hythe Station here. Alright, I'm just going to change camera position and show you the other side. Hang on, back in a mo. Anyway, there's the last two of the corner easements. They've been put in place, and there's one that goes round here into what will be Sandgate, and this one is the one that's given me plenty of room to go into my new fiddle yard. And on the subject of the fiddle yard, there we go. The fiddle yard cork is laid and it's set down, and I used some very strong contact carpet glue from Evo Stick, which was recommended. I'm not sure if it was Jamie or Tim, but one of those guys, Penny Hill or Exeter and Lara, one of those two guys used it on their fiddle yard, and I followed suit, and yeah, it's really good stuff. I'm sorry which one it was, I got it wrong, but anyway, forgive me for that. But moving on, all this track is just laid down, just give me an idea. And this third line off here will go into a tunnel which will hide the Bosch Buster out of German prying eyes and prying bombers. So that will be out the way as and when Oxford Rail release it, of course. But by the time they do, I might just be ready to receive it. But this has been my difficulty. There are 10 curve points here. Thank you so much for all the comments that I received on this subject. It was immensely helpful from all of you. Each of you had an opinion. Some had a little bit of skepticism, but most of you were in favour without problems, and because of that I went with them, and I hope that I don't make a mistake. I'm sure I won't, but thank you once again for all your help. So just swing around. This is the new 75 track. None of it is laid. It is just out there to see how I can make the fiddle yard work, and that's the other end. None of it is set in stone. There are actually not the same configuration that end, because coming off the turntable you see over here in the corner there's a short run to a double slip, and the double slip will feed a conventional pair of points and then the curve points, and also 2 3-ways. And so I had a little trouble in my head, well not in my head but practically I suppose, trying to make sure that the roads I created through them here were actually married up and replicated in the exits this end, but using all curve points. So I think I got it. I think I've also managed to miss all or nearly all of any of the joists that are running through. I'm hopeful anyway. There's a couple of suspect ones where the frog wire comes down, but hopefully we'll get it sorted out. Anyway, enough for now. I'm going to move on. Okay, just another little snippet of what's been going on at Sandling Junction. And I've got my desk all pretty much, well, not totally straight. I don't think I'll ever be totally straight with this. But I'm certainly getting to a point where I can do a little bit of weathering here and there. And one of the people that I really enjoy the work of is Tim from Scrapline, or Scrapline Model Railway, and that's Exeter and Lara. And he has done a whole series and continues to do a whole series of videos on weathering models to that sort of post-use state that many of these sad diesels and that found themselves in. And this is just one of the ones, well not his one, this is my one, but this is a class 50 I'm doing. I'm mimicking his techniques, and if you're into weathering then I strongly suggest you get over to Tim's channel, and if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to it. But Tim has got the most detailed processes to show you, so that you can then follow them yourself as I'm doing here, and to turn, which is an obsolete old Lima class 50, into something that can actually sit on your layout somewhere and be enjoyed by you. It's given it further use, and so that's what I'm doing. So thanks Tim. I hopefully will show you the finished project in my next update in April, and we'll go from there. But for now it's just to show you and tell you what's been going on. Back in a mo with something new. Welcome back. I just had another little bit to talk to you about in this update, and that is that the other day I received this box in the post, and inside this box were 2 wonderful kit built pieces of rolling stock. I'm holding on to them because I want to tip them to the light so you can see them without losing them. One of them is a lovely meat wagon, and the other one is a lovely luggage wagon, and they came all the way from Ireland. They came from Paul from Galgorm Hall, and he has been so instrumental in supporting not only my needs as a fledgling modeler, but also a fledgling YouTuber too. And he's been very instrumental in helping me, and I thank him very much for all the help and support he offers me routinely, regularly, and yeah, no questions asked. He's just there to help. So if you're not already seeing Paul's work and his layout, I suggest you get to Galgorm Hall and subscribe to his channel, because you're missing out on an awful lot. And one of the things he does do is he's a great modeler. He does scratch building, and that is second to none. And he's actually doing a series at the moment that you really want to be a part of. And so he thought that these would look good on my layout when I finally do it. Well, when I finally get it running. And sure enough, Paul, they will. Thank you ever so much for the gift. It's jolly kind of you. And I will make sure that they are seen in many videos in the future, running around. I may just add the SR logos to make them more typical for the southern region at the time. But yeah, thanks very much, my friend, and long may your help continue, and your subscriber base go through the roof, because it's just a great channel you produce. All the best, mate. Catch you now. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, please put them in the section below, especially those thoughts on the new layout of Sandling Junction. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and at the same time there are other videos to watch there and there. Take a look. Catch you all next time round. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.